What's good? What's good? What's good in the hood? And welcome back to another BKC Conversation. This week we're joined by another illustrious member of the Blank Canvas Creators crew, Miss Tiara, Miss T, known for her blogging. Now she's into the let's say culinary world, and she's moving forward to other content ventures. So thank you for joining us, Miss T. Miss T, how you feeling today?
I'm feeling good, feeling great. Dropped a blog this week. I'm prepping for next week, June 10th, or Juneteenth.
Juneteenth.
Juneteenth, trying to get that. Father's Day is next week, so a lot of my culinary skills are going to be used next week. So I've been prepping for that.
So let's talk about those culinary skills, if you don't mind. So, first off, just explain. I'm not going to ask you. Just go ahead and explain what you do.
I do infused desserts. I call my edibles elevated edibles because I don't do the normal brownie cookie. I always take it a step further. So all my cookies have walnuts in them to set it aside from the regular edible cookies. All my brownies have walnuts in them. The caramel for my turtle brownies are infused. The chocolate is infused. I try to infuse my desserts in each and every component, so just not the cookies. So if you get like the banana pudding for this weekend, is gonna be in the pudding. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna do it with the bananas. I'm not gonna touch the crackers, but I might do a butter sauce over the top of it with vanilla extract, just to give it a little more THC in there.
And what got you into this? Like, what inspired this transition into the culinary world of THC, marijuana, cannabis?
Well, I like to bake, and it started as a kid. My grandmother was always the cook. She would cook her butt off, but baking, she limited to, we'll get a peach cobbler or we'll get a sweet potato pie. Everything else was store-bought. And so me and my little sister decided one Christmas Eve, we were like, you know what, we ain't leaving cookies for Santa, we're gonna leave with cake. So we went, bought the box mix, and we in the kitchen, and we did it, and we were proud of ourselves, and we just kept going from there. And then she was sending me recipes. So my Oreo Brie special I ran, I think that was for Memorial Day or the holiday before 20, I ran a Brie special. And it was inspired by her because that's what she asked me to bake her all the time, was an Oreo cream pie or something with Snickers. So I paid homage to her in that way. And why not with weed? I became a smoker, and I'm like, you know what? I like edibles, and I bake, so why not use my sweet and combine the two things and then share it?
So I have been a past customer and going to be a returning customer, I'm sure, in the near future. So how do people get in touch with you? How do people find you to support and to shop with you?
Everything for my edibles, my podcast, my blog is Vibin With Miss T. So VIBINWITHMISST. And that's on all social media. So you don't even have to put the underscore, the space, everything is Vibin With Miss T. My menus are on there, my contact phone number, DM me, whatever you need, I deliver. And I ship also. That's a new thing. I'm shipping now.
That's my next question. So transitioning, I think we known each other for a long time, going back to grade school. We went different ways in high school, and we stayed connected through Facebook, through social media. We stayed connected, and I've noticed that you've been blogging for like years, and of course we've talked since recently. So I know you've been blogging for years. But so how is it maintaining the blog in 2020 when people's attention span have kind of left, and it's hard to really reach a audience that way? How has that been for you?
It's been kind of shocking because we're in a world full of blogs. Everybody has a blog, everybody has an opinion, everybody has a thought. And every time I sit down, it's always from my perspective, how I feel about it, like my voice. I try not to read other people's blogs on a situation I'm a blog about that week. Like my latest blog was on my high school. And it kind of sparked from everything in the world that's been going on. And it was just like, for me, why not have sat down? Because I battled with that blog from maybe June 1st to when I dropped it. And the day I dropped it was a completely different blog from what I had wrote from June 1st up until the day I dropped it. I was battling going back. I got writer's block for a little bit. And finally, I sat with my own thoughts. I put on one of my favorite playlists, which is my summer 2020 playlist. And it's like, it's all over the place, which I love. And then I was watching Dear White People, and it was the first episode. And at the end, she said, Winchester, wake up. And I was like, damn, everything she said in that blog, and that little rant was everything I experienced in high school. And as soon as it clicked to me just to use my voice and how I felt in my experience and just write it, it came natural. So I appreciate it. It's just writing from the heart. And when you write from the heart, people take in response to it. And that's what I've been getting back. Everybody's been loving my voice on it, how I approached it. And that's the part that I love. Because that's what I always worry about, especially when it comes to a situation like race.
That's amazing, man. That's amazing to stay consistent in that lane. And now that I think you're transitioning now also to other content avenues. So what are you looking forward to most about that?
What's been happening in the news, as a mom that has 2 Black boys I'm raising, it's kind of hard because even when they go to school, they're fighting the stereotypes. Even if they're in an all-Black school, they're still getting judged by how they dress, how they act, everything. And then my boys are different because they were raised where their godmother, she is Irish American, and her dad is a retired CPD officer. So they've seen the positive side of interacting with a white officer. So they would know how to interact with another white officer because they didn't have a positive experience. So they wouldn't know how to handle a negative experience. So that's what I'm battling with now, like teaching them, talking to them about it, telling them the difference between, like, that was your godmom's dad and this is a different officer. You can't hold every officer to that standard that you've seen growing up because everybody's not like Mr. O'Reilly. Everybody's not going to sit and play with you and caring, and you only seen the good side, and you've seen him in uniform and you've seen him sweet and nice. So when you see other officers like that, that's not your reality because that's not what you've been in. And so for me as a Black mom, having Black boys, is teaching them the difference and teaching them how to grow in that and how to be a man and how to respond. And even then it's not a correct response because we done seen it peacefully. I'll do what you say, I'll go handcuff, and they still die. Look at Freddie Gray. Look at, like, especially Tamir Rice, a little boy in a park, age of my kids. So even then it's like, I don't buy my kids guns just because I don't want them outside playing with it. Water guns, we buy. But like the fake guns across the board, that's a no-no in the house. Just because I don't want someone to be driving and see it and then that's my baby.
And you gonna plan on talk about these things in your content moving forward?
Yes, I'm trying to figure out because I deal with it from 2 angles. I am also a sister / like guardian of a child that was murdered in the street. So when people mention Black on Black crime, it hits me a little harder because it's like, no, because even then it's like, we're not solving those cases and those murders are not getting solved. So it's like across the board, and we're going to say Black Lives Matter is all around. So I try to, like, I see it from both sides. So sometimes I'm going to write from one side and sometimes I'm going to write from the other side because I'm in the middle. I see both what people are saying on either side. For me, it's just, again, my voice, my experience, my life from it.
And what do you think the difference is for audiences listening to a podcast or reading a blog?
The difference is for me, my blog, how it's going to be moving forward after this month. And when I start with my podcast, my blog is always going to be the introduction to my podcast. So whatever topic I touch on my blog is always going to be something I want to expand on, because I want to see the comments. I want to see the feedback from people once I post the blog. So when I go into the podcast, I can expand on it and hit some of those points that I might not have hit during my writing that other people showed me, or that I didn't really get in detail about it because maybe I wanted to go on the podcast and really dig deep into it. Because for my blogs, I want to keep them short and sweet, because we're in an information age where everything is a minute or less or 10 minutes or less. So I don't want somebody sitting there having to read page after page.
Right. And with everything going on in the world, you touched on like the craziness as far as the murder of George Floyd. There was also a murder of a young lady, Breonna Taylor. Of course, earlier in the year it was Ahmaud Arbery, and now last night there was a killing at a Wendy's in Atlanta. Another black man, and like you said, like with you having sons, I'm sure that weighs heavy on you consistently. How has it been being at home during a pandemic, stuck with your kids at all times with all this going on? How's it been, like, mental health wise for you?
For me, it's been, honestly, I had working mom's guilt, because I've been, like, every kid I didn't have, I did not stay home the full 6 weeks. I think Amaya probably was the only one, and yeah, Amaya was my firstborn, was the only one that I actually stayed home the full 6 weeks and got to love on. But the rest of them, I was a working mom. It's like, all right, bills still got to be paid. I know I just had a baby. How soon can I get back to work? So I've used this pandemic to kind of love on them, and we've done family movie nights, which we always do, but we get to do a little bit of it more. We got to bond a little bit more. We get to be a little more goofy. I am that mom. We have dance parties here and there. I've been baking a lot, so we've been interacting. It's just me kind of settling that working mom's guilt where I can just love on them and be with them, and that's what I'm excited about.
And so what kind of, for movie night, what you guys watching on movie night? What you guys watching? Okay,
so we're a classic movie night family. We've done Dunks and Checks In. Okay. Right? People don't do that one much. We've been tackling Disney Plus. So they've watched Halloween Town. We've what else we've watched? We watched Clueless. Whoa, it's the Marlon Wayans movie that they like so much. It's the one when he's a baby.
Oh, Little Man?
They love Little Man. So they have watched Little Man like 1,000 times.
Oh man, that's a great way to get through the craziness going on right now. How about any music for you listen to over this craziness?
So for me, I've been in my Janae bag. I revisit SZA.
Got to.
I revisit Cardi. I will revisit Wale. I've been in. Ooh, who else?
With the Wild Ass Crazy album?
Yes. Okay. But I went back and like revisit. Like I did a whole day of just Wale. So first album.
That's a lot of Wale.
I know, but that's my birthday twin. So
shout out to the Virgo.
Yes, and on the 21st, we have a whole song dedicated to us. Like other people in September try to claim it, but it's only for the 21st.
Okay, Earth, Wind, and Fire. I guess. But I claim
first line of the song. What's the first line of the song?
I claim it though. I don't care.
Right, but the first line is telling you what's the most important night of September is. But then I got into my gospel bag because I like new gospel. So Didrik Haddon and Kiki Shears I've been in. So
that's dope.
I've been really like, I like everything. But Apple's Music R&B pod, they playlist, that's a nice one. They Brown Sugar playlist.
Okay, I gotta check that out.
That's a vibe.
I gotta check that out. I've been listening to a bunch of stuff. I can't even keep. I don't know. It's been a lot of stuff in rotation. The new Drake, whatever that was, he dropped. It's been in rotation a little bit. Like you said, Janae, Kalani's been in a lot of rotation. Kalani's got a lot of play. Kalani's been heavy in rotation. Also, Ye Ali album drop was cool. There's a few things out there for sure. I can tell you what's not played right now. See, me and T go back. We go back a little while, and we been in BKC. She actually brought me into BKC, and through this exchange, we've realized that I hate a certain kind of music, and she loves it. But I'm gonna keep it a buck. Those artists don't last long for a reason. Look at your girl. Look at the president. See, I don't like these kind of artists. Right? I don't want to say ratchet genre of music, but it's damn near a ratchet genre of music. I hate that. Like, I hate the baby. I hate Meg Thee Stallion. I hate Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, the Migos, City Girls, all them. Yeah, I'm cool. Lil Baby, I can do. Roddy Ricch, I can do. I can deal with even who's somebody else that's like ratchetish. It's a few I can deal with, but man, that Nicki Minaj, she's gone, right? She's canceled, right? Come on, you gotta tell me she's canceled. You gotta tell me she's canceled.
I'm not the huge Nicki fan. Like, I like Nicki. No. I'm a Cardi and I'm a Meg fan.
They don't even rap. When the last time Cardi rapped?
Cardi hasn't rapped in a minute. I'll give you that.
In a nice minute.
Low key, the other day, I was like, damn, I ain't heard a new Cardi song in a minute.
In a good minute. It's been a good year and a half.
It's been a good minute.
It's been a good year and a half. Just saying. And the other one, I don't get it.
But see, that's my argument. Men are allowed to take breaks, take time off, not put out music, find themselves. But as soon as a woman take a break, take time out.
Hold on. That's not true at all. Because I don't care about Rihanna. Listen, I don't care about Rihanna.
Think about some of the men artists and think about their first album and when they dropped their second album.
Give me a name.
How long was it between, let's see.
Can't use Drake because Drake is every year.
Kanye. How long was it between College Dropout and Last Registration?
It's a year. The next year. 04 and 05. Kanye came. I'm just saying.
He came out my junior year. And that was the fall of my junior year.
For late registration?
For late registration, because I remember leaving Jewel, going across the street to Best Buy to go buy it.
You sure it wasn't sophomore year? Your junior year was 05. Your junior year was 05.
05.
Yeah.
He dropped late registration. He dropped graduation fall
07.
of my... No. I mean, no, graduation, I'm finna look it up. Because College Dropout came out, I want to say March 03.
College Dropout was 04.
04, March 04. It was early 04 because by the time I got it and heard it and became a Kanye fan,
and
it was
late registrations 05 and graduations 07. I mean 07, yeah. It was 2 years between late registration and graduation. But not the first and the second album, no. The first and the second.
It was a year and a half between the first and the second album.
Cardi ain't dropping this year. Cardi ain't dropping this year, T. You know this.
Because we had a pandemic. No lie. No. And this is where I'm
How many albums Nicki Minaj got?
I'm not a Nicki fan like that, but I will go
yeah. She got like 3 albums in a 10-year career. That shit crazy.
Come on now. Let's act like Jay-Z didn't read the whole. Come on.
Hey man, Jay-Z got 15 albums.
But when come on now, when the takeover, what did he say?
What?
About Nas.
About Nas. No, but he said Nas had bad albums. He didn't say Nas didn't have albums. Nicki has bad albums, and she only has like 2 albums.
Nicki does not. Pink Friday did great.
Oh boy. You gonna play me some, what's it, Super Bass? That's your jam?
Super Bass was my jam. No lie. Pink Friday got me through many a night audit night.
How do you transition? Like, so break this down for me. So you at the crib, you vibing, you doing your thing. You listening to Wale for 24 hours, which is insane, but it's cool. I'll let you rock. And then how do you transition from that to Meg Thee Stallion? Like, how does that transition go?
Easily. What's the last song? Oh, wow, that's crazy.
What is the last song?
Pole Dancer.
Oh,
featuring who?
Okay. All right.
That's that transition.
That just tells you how much I listen. That just tells you I listen enough Wale music because I didn't know that. I had no idea. So come on, I want you to call me out. Defend your people and tell me how I'm wrong.
My thing is, so in preparing for this,
because I don't want to.
I would listen to some old school female artists, right?
I love those. Yes, bring those back. How can
you love them and then don't like these? Because back in the day, those female artists that you love was labeled as ratchet.
Who?
Little Kim.
I don't know.
Was labeled as ratchet.
I'm talking about like the Laurens, like, you know, the Eves, you know, the
Eve was labeled as ratchet.
Eve wasn't ratchet. Eve.
I'm talking fresh out.
She went out. Meg Thee Stallion is the epitome of everything.
I'm not talking about the music. I'm talking about how the world looked at Eve when she first came out. What they look at her.
That's sexism, though. That's sexism.
Right. Same thing that's happening with.
No. Meg Thee Stallion is out here talking about, like, serving up tricks. That's what she's talking about.
Did Lil' Kim not say the same thing?
Lil' Kim was a hoe, though. She called herself a hoe.
Because Megan's not calling herself a hoe.
No, I'm not saying that.
But then y'all don't like.
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that
argument, Cash Doll claims that she a hoe, tells you what it is, and yet what?
I've never heard a Cash Doll song in my life. I have never heard anything that she's ever said out of her mouth.
Ice Me Out, nothing, even her latest mixtape. Oh my God.
Yo, T, I know what you're talking about.
This is why.
I know what you're talking about. I listen to No Name. I listen to Rhapsody.
But then that's my thing. Y'all listen to them, but y'all don't support them.
I support the hell out of Rhapsody.
You support them,
No Name.
But like the average music hip hop fan, I'm not saying you. You go deeper. It's a few of y'all that dissect hip hop to where y'all can really.
But that's because hip hop
and all the other ones.
That's because in hip hop, crime, violence and sex sell. So Meg Thee Stallion, you know what I'm saying? She sells the latter.
If you listen, I can give you a Meg Thee Stallion song. Let's see. That will. Please. How many links by Little Kim? What different is that from?
There's no difference. I'm not advocating for Lil' Kim. I'm not advocating for Lil' Kim here.
Even if you want to go to like the more respectable TLC. I'm sorry, Creep wasn't a good song. Red Light Special was not a nice.
Creep wasn't a good song.
I'm saying as far as the content, the message.
No, this is my difference. Okay, I get it now. I got it. This is the difference, right? So TLC has Creep, which is a song of that content, right? Right. Meg Thee Stallion has that. She has that song with that content, and then every song else sounds like that. She's the baby. The baby and Meg Thee Stallion are the same person. They make the same music, same flow, over and over again. I'll
This
give
is
it 2
my thing
years.
with Meg.
2 years.
Have Meg dropped the album yet?
Yeah, she dropped the album. What was Sugar?
These are not albums. That's the difference.
You gonna chance to rap for me? You gonna chance to rap for me right now?
I'm not.
Are you trying to give me a chance to rapper?
I'm explaining it because as a Meg fan, let me tell you why I expect from an album, and this is what we're gonna say.
What's her album?
This is where you can see where I'm coming. I don't expect none from these EPs. These EPs are just her dropping like BS songs to like make people happy. You know what? I'm popping. She's not ready for an album. You can tell by how she interviews and how she responds when people ask her about an album. I think she wants it to be perfect. And I think the expectation is high because Cardi said it high. Cardi didn't mean to. It's just that's where her album fell at. That's how people took to it because she did give you a variety of songs in her album.
Here's
so
my
I
question.
think that's what Meg is preparing herself for because I expect it. You should not be in the studio with all these different artists and give me the same twerk song. Yes, I want my twerk songs, but I want some I'm broken hearted love songs. I want some me and my girls going out songs. I want
if you had to name like 5 rappers of our of this generation, you know what I'm saying? Like, not the Kanye's and the Jay-Z. Just name 5 rappers of our generation that you can't go without listening to ever again. Would Meg Thee Stallion make that list?
Yes.
You could hold on. So you telling me that you would not be
ain't that big? I can because I love
who's on that list? Let me hear the list.
Rap.
Let me hear the list. Let me hear the list.
Wale is definitely on there.
Excuse me?
Wale is definitely on there. I'm sorry.
So it's gonna be Wale and Meg Thee Stallion in a part of the 5.
Yeah.
What do these other 3 names have to be God level?
Kendrick Lamar is one.
Okay.
You say Kanye don't count.
Mm-mm.
Nipsey. And then my 4th one.
5th.
My 5th one.
No love for Drake. Cardi.
Now, if I can go without Cardi.
Thank you.
I could. Like, if you're telling me 5, like, if it came down Cardi or Meg, I gotta give it to Meg because.
How many projects does Meg have?
Huh?
How many projects does she have? Meg.
How many what do she have?
Projects.
Oh.
I'm not sure. I'm asking because I only heard like 2 songs from her in my life. So
I want to say 4 altogether.
Okay, that's not bad.
3 to 4, yeah.
But she raps like Bun B, right?
I like Bun B too.
I'm messing with you now. Let's transition.
But I don't know a 5th artist. I can't really like think
you don't
of
like
one
Drake?
that I guess worst case scenario if I had to throw it in.
J. Cole, but who else is out there? Meek Mill.
There we go, Meek Mill. He would be my 5th.
So let's talk R&B. I think we agree more in the R&B world. Let's talk R&B. So I feel, at least in my world, in my world right now, for the most part, R&B is better than rap right now for me. How do you feel?
Yes.
Way better, right? It's like
R&B is like it's changing, it's growing, is being reflective of the old school, but mixing it with the new school. I've been in an R&B group, so that's why to pick 5 artists, like I've been in my R&B world, like I've been discovering new R&B that I like.
Give me some names. What's the new R&B you're listening to right now?
Oh, what's her name?
There was a lot of great R&B last year. Last year was a phenomenal year for R&B.
It was like Well, I'm waiting on Tamar, and I know a lot of people will kill me for saying that.
Excuse, who's that?
Tamar Braxton.
You mean Tony?
No, I mean Tamar, the sister.
So I've been listening. I've been I know Tony Braxton had a sister, but
She got it's 5 of them. You know that, right? They have a show on E. The Braxton sisters.
It's like you haven't met me, man. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
How can you like R&B? You've heard Love and War, right?
Love and War by
Tamar Braxton.
No, I've never heard of Tamar Braxton. I'm telling you the honest truth. Never heard of her. But respect. I'm gonna check it out. I've never heard of it. To my detriment, I just discovered Lettuce like 2 years ago. So let me live. Let me live. Because I heard Lettuce. I didn't know her name or who sang it. It's just the song I heard all the time. Didn't know who she was. But yeah, she's fine too. So, shout out to her. Hey, don't do that. Don't do that, Miss Meg Thee Stallion. You can't judge me when Nicki Minaj is out here with the troll man. Can't do it.
I didn't even listen to that song. I ain't got time for Nicki.
Hey, I watched that video too. That's a pretty bad song, man. That's a pretty bad song.
I didn't even really care for Hot Girl Summer like that. But
thank you.
Because Meg was a Meg song, I had to. Nicki ruined it.
It's a Hot Girl Summer. Oh my God.
No. Everybody.
Oh my God.
Nicki, I felt like Nicki ruined the part because Meg was on a whole different. You can tell like it wasn't.
Meg Thee Stallion and the Baby just become a duo. They'll sell out every album in the world.
Oh, I love the Baby. Even my son loves the Baby.
Don't do that to that young man, young king.
This is what my house consists of: Bruno Mars, Meg Thee Stallion, because my oldest love it. NBA Youngboy, because my 4-year-old loves NBA Youngboy. Him and the 9-year-old. Outside Today is my shit. Like, that's my jam. I like that one. I Am Who I Say I Am by NBA Youngboy. I dip in the ratchet. I can be classy and I can be ratchet. Like,
that's all. I mean, I like a few songs from NBA Youngboy. I can't front. I like a few. I'm not sure the names of them are. I'm not sure the names of them are on top of my head. But I have a playlist. It's called Juice Approved Drill and Trap Music. It's like 30 songs.
But I am that parent too that educate my kids on the sample because NBA Youngboy got a song where he sampled The Block Is Hot. So I have to play them the original The Block Is Hot. So they'll know
The Block Is Hot.
This is where it comes from.
Shout out to Wayne. I'm hearing a lot of things about people saying the Lil Baby is the new Lil Wayne. What do you think about that?
I can see. Because his style, but I think he's a little more political than Lil Wayne was. I think Lil Wayne was, so far he's a little more political. He's a little more involved.
I mean, Wayne did have Georgia Bush. Don't forget the Katrina thing. Wayne was out there for that when Katrina happened.
But what has he done lately?
That's the drugs problem. Hey, man, what's Meg out here doing with her partner? I'm joking. I don't want no problems. But let's talk BKC, man. So without you don't have to indulge too far into it, but how did you discover BKC? What made you become a part of it? And talk about that other good stuff.
Well, me and the founder, Vic, like we will always message each other like, yo, it would be so dope if we can have like people that love to create get together and just become a community. It's like, whether you rap, you make beats, you write, you have a podcast, it's like whatever your creative talent is, we want you to be a part of it because we want to feed off of each other. So man, I don't know how to do this, but maybe someone else in the group knows how to do it. Or I'm trying to use this new medium of paint. Should I use this kind of brush or this kind of brush? Maybe somebody in the group that used it before can tell you the ins and outs. And that's the whole goal of BKC, is just to like piggyback off each other, be that creative community, because maybe we do call on each other. Like, I need a logo. Why not hit up Mike or just put it in the group? I need a logo by this time. See who responds. That way we're all interacting. Yeah, we all about like making sure we're all good in the creative sense. That way we have a community. And when I started at Columbia, the president, I will never forget, said, get you a creative posse. And he was like, if you're a marketing major, go out and get you an art major, go get you a graphic design major, go get you a broadcast major, so y'all can piggyback off each other. That way y'all using each other for your little talent, and that way y'all can all elevate at the same time. So if you have a posse around you that's in the same mindset about creating content, getting it out, making sure everybody enjoy it, love it, have your voice be heard, then that's the point of the group.
Absolutely, that's what you sold me on it pretty easy when you told me about the group. Like, hey, you should come over here. It's pretty cool. All right, and then like within a few weeks of just being there and just being active in the comments, I was fortunate to be asked to become an admin, and I'm excited to see where BKC is going. What's your vision for BKC's next step?
Next step is honestly to become a legit network where we have someone that has a team of writers and have a team of beat makers, or have a team of DJs. So like when we know someone, be like, you know what, you in Chicago, I got a dope DJ. That way is we getting you the foot in the door. Now it's up to you and your content and your voice to take off from there. I want everybody to be like, you know what, I was part of BKC, and I see great things for the group. I see everybody like TV, stadiums, like that's where I want everyone to go. And that was the point of creating a group, so that everyone can kind of lean on each other, but also elevate as we're leaning on each
Facts. Like just from being in BKC, I've said this before. Like when I first started or joined the group, I didn't have a podcast going. I didn't have. I'm 15 episodes into my podcast. I got the logo from a member of BKC. Like I've networked with so many people here so far, and it's been a dope opportunity. And I think like it's great for my brand. And I think if we all put in together like the Vibin With Miss T and the Good in the Hood and everything else around us, it's going to just lift BKC up, and BKC in return will lift us up. I'm saying, so that's like my main vision for it. Going back, when you look at the industry, whether it be music, entertainment, or whatever, do you see anything like BKC or anything that will compare in your eyes?
No, because I see a lot of like, even with music groups, they just have a group of artists. We have a little bit more than artists. We have DJs, we have writers, we have people that redo furniture, we have people that create coloring books. It's like we have activists, so much.
Everything.
Yeah, activists. Like Mitch with his activism. It's so many people and so much like whatever
Mitch and Audra killed it. Mitch, Audra, and Cordell were all on the front line.
Oh my God. Crazy. And it's like that stuff. Like if you're in a city and you don't know what to do, maybe one of them can like link you to somebody that if you want to be a part and you want to get out there and protest and stuff like that, is whatever you have an interest in, I guarantee you there's somebody in the group that also have an interest in it, or was willing to support you, or willing to even just like or share it just so to get your name out there. Maybe they don't like it, but they know somebody on their friends list that do. So a quick share, a quick, hey, listen to, it helps everything.
And I guess to close, I guess I want to first off shout out you again This is Miss T, one of the original admins, the OGs of BKC. You can follow her at the Miss T 16 on IG and Twitter, correct?
IG, Twitter, and Snapchat. The Miss T 16.
The Miss T 16, and then Vibin with Miss T is the brand information. No underscores, no nothing. Just Vibin with Miss T.
No underscores, just Vibin with Miss T. You have my logo there. You see my edible menu on there. You see some treats.
So let's go over the Juneteenth edibles. What's on the menu for Juneteenth?
So we have banana pudding. So you get a 5-ounce cup or 9-ounce cup. The 5-ounce cup is $10. The 9-ounce cup is $20. We have red velvet brownies, which those are $15. We have our turtle brownies. We're introducing Oreo brownies because that was a hit with the kids. So I figure as an edible, adults will like it too. I'm bringing back my s'mores Rice Krispie. And then we have the peanut butter cookie that's been added to the menu, and plain brownies and a chocolate chip cookie.
And what's the dosage like? Let them know how slapped they finna be messing with it. Because man, I didn't threw a few days away messing with you.
You sound like everybody. I tell people all the time, take a small piece, see how you feel, because
one day I got stupid. It tastes so good. I got stupid, and I ate like 2 cookies in a row. And let me tell you, that Saturday never existed. That Saturday, nothing happened that Saturday. I was asleep. I was dead out there.
Oh, I get that. I get that all the time. It's like, it's so good. I ain't want to stop, and I forget that I'm eating an edible. I'm like, that's the purpose. That is the purpose. But the dosage is anywhere from 200 milligrams to 250. So okay. I like to pack it in. My mother stopped taste testing for me because I'll make a batch and be like, I just need you to tell me how it tastes. And so once you taste a cookie, a brownie, another cookie, a Rice Krispie,
it's over with.
You're like, you know what? She told me it's a wrap on it. She's gonna still support, but she don't try. Not unless.
Go ahead.
Not unless I'm like really need her. Like she gonna try the banana pudding because it's new and she gonna want to taste it, but that's about it.
Man, that is phenomenal. I can't wait to get my next put my next order in. This will be available on the BKC YouTube channel. Just type in Blank Canvas Grills on YouTube. You'll find it. It'll also be, if you're in the group, which everyone is watching should be a part of the group on BKC. It'll be on the BKC page and on my YouTube page, the Good in the Hood podcast. So make sure you guys please tune in, support Miss T in her entrepreneurship and with her brand. And yeah, stay tuned for whatever is coming up next for BKC. Let's tune in.
Thank you.